How many times have you tried to quit lust? Probably a lot. And you keep falling back into it every single time. And I know what that feels like. I literally just beat my meat 5 times in a day 2 days ago. And it's frustrating because I'm doing what I'm hating. And then after, I felt like shit and I didn't even want to live. I just wanted to sleep. I'm like, no, I want to run away from my problems. Even though I know I have a bigger purpose. Even though I know I have these things, all these people that I have to help. Every single thing that I know I have to do. I was running away from it because I was ashamed of myself. I was ashamed of what I did, and because of that, it led to a massive downfall. Here I am 2 days later. I've completely overcame it. I overcame it the moment I chose to overcame it. I don't struggle with lust anymore. I don't struggle with that anymore. Why? Because I'm not trying to quit. Every single time I tried to quit, every single time I tried not to do something, it's like, you tell a baby, yo, don't eat that sugar cookie. What is it gonna do? Its desire for the cookie is gonna wanna grow just because you put that law in place. Because that's that human nature. Our human nature is to just do what we feel like we can't do. Why do you think infidelity is such a big thing now? Why do you think people do drugs? Because growing up, everyone's like, oh no, you can't do drugs. Growing up, everyone's saying, oh yeah, you can't do this. So it makes people want to do it more. So I'm noticing this behavior. So if I want to quit something, is it going to actually benefit me by just telling me, oh, don't do this. Yeah, just quit lust, bro. You just telling yourself to quit lust is going to make the desire grow even bigger. And that's what happened to me, right? The other day, I'm at my desk and I'm writing down, I'm creating ideas, I'm growing, but then the thought came into my brain, right? And the work that moves us forward in life is always uncomfortable, always uncomfortable. And in my head, I'm searching for that dopamine. I want it because my brain is used to it. My human instinct is used to it because of how I taught myself through the instant dopamine on the phone. The momentum that I have, I just didn't have enough momentum at the time. It's not that I didn't have it, but I didn't create it, right? Success doesn't happen to you. It happens from you. And sin also happens from you. The opposite of success, destruction, happens from you too. It all starts with how you think. So I noticed I was reading and I'm like, fuck. I start getting horny, right? It starts separating me from my purpose, separating me from my goals. I start forgetting about my goals. I start thinking about my own selfish desires. And I knew I didn't want to do it. I knew that I want to be who I want to be. I want to be successful. I want to be proud of myself. I want to be respected. I want to be the person who can inspire others. I want to be someone who, when they speak, people are like, okay, this actually benefited me. I want to be the person who doesn't have to second guess themselves, who knows what they want and how to get it. I want to be the person who builds so much momentum positively that it's harder for me to lose than it is for me to win. I want to be the first person in my family to accomplish all these great things. I want to take advantage of the blessings that I have. I want to appreciate my day instead of feeling like instead of taking it for granted. I don't want to keep struggling and putting myself down in this hole each and every day and struggle with the same issues. I want to grow. I want to make progress quickly, not easily. I want it to be difficult, but I want it to be quick because I understand that I've wasted too much time. I wasted too much time in the past, and a big part of it was because I was too deep into my own selfish desires, and I just kept feeding it. I kept feeding it, but the more I fed it, the more I wanted to do it. But this is the point I'm trying to make, right? When you put those laws on yourself, like, oh, don't do weed, don't do drugs, don't do this, but you're not telling yourself, okay, what can I actually do that not only is going to move my life forward, but what am I going to do that is going to make me more fulfilled with myself? But hold on, right? I know that's a blanket statement, but what do I mean by that? Right? I was reading today Romans in the Bible, and the Apostle Paul, right? One thing he was talking about, right? By the way, this was someone who murdered persecuted Christians, and then he's writing one of the most beautiful letters in the Bible, and he was talking about how after the law was created, sin was made bigger, right? Because the law was there. But does that mean the law is evil? Absolutely not. The law is perfect. The law is just. God put the law for a reason. But since the law is there, sin is going to transgress even more. But because sin transgress even more, how much more does the grace of God cover those sins? How much more does the sacrifice of Jesus Christ cover those sins? And it's talking about how when you try to justify yourself by just following the law, you are not righteous in the eyes of God, because just because you don't do something, just because you don't murder, don't kill, don't do any of these things, that doesn't mean you have a relationship with Christ, right? He is not calling us to follow the law. He's calling us to follow him. And by us following righteousness, we are now purified and we no longer want to sin. And that is the overarching message that I'm trying to say. When you run towards what you're meant for, you run towards your purpose, you run towards righteousness, you run towards Christ, you run towards every single thing that God put you on this planet to do and live out since the day you were born. You no longer want to sin. And that's the most beautiful part. We spend too much time thinking about how can I not do this instead of thinking about how can I position myself? How can I position my life to where all I want to do is go towards righteousness? But how do you do that? How do you position yourself like that? And I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking in your head, bro, how do I even do that? Easier said than done, right? I feel so behind. I feel like I can't even fucking get up and fucking do the things I want to do, right? I walk into, I remember for me when I used to walk into a gym and I was so fucking small, I felt so uncomfortable, right? I remember when I started posting content, I felt so uncomfortable. When I started coaching, when I started doing fitness coaching, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but here's the thing, right? In Romans, Paul is talking about how hope is believing in the unseen. And if you can see it, then it is not hope. So the moment I stepped foot in a gym and I told myself, I'm not going to get out of here until I fall in love with it. I'm hoping, I'm believing in the unseen and telling myself, I don't care how I look now. I don't care what results I have now. I have that hope in the future that everything will work out. And because of that, I'm going to work today as if it's already here. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Right? It feels uncomfortable in the moment, but it's either that uncomfort or even more uncomfort. Think about it. I could have stayed in my comfort zone, stayed home, never gained that momentum physically. Never. But I would not be who I am today, and I would still be 50 years behind just because I was trying to avoid an uncomfortable, painful experience so that I could stay in my comfort zone. Romans genuinely changed my life, right? I've read the book before, but I didn't actually process it. But I was reading it today and I started to process it a little bit more. And I started listening to one of my mentors who was breaking it down a little bit more. And I started to realize that, oh my gosh, there's so many beautiful things that I just didn't understand. I didn't understand it in the moment. It's like a baby. You can't feed a baby a pizza, right? A baby has to eat small food first. And then as it gets older, it's able to eat solids. It's able to eat more and more actual food. It's the same thing with us. And most of the time we get frustrated because we expect us to be able to eat pizza when we're new to something. It's like, no, you have to start small. Why do you think when I do my morning routine, I do 100 push-ups? I do these small things. I keep my word. The day before, I write what I'm going to do and then I do it. I start small. How can I eat better? How can I go to the grocery store and buy the right meals? How can I train with intention? For the longest time, I was training to fucking comfort. And I'm sorry for cursing. I don't like cursing and talking about God in the same video. But I was squatting weight that I've always squatted. I was so afraid of failing. I was so afraid of being like, damn, wait, I actually, instead of me doing the same way I've done, why don't I do a new and a bigger weight? And I opened my eyes. That's not what faith is. Faith isn't doing the same exact thing every single day and expecting a different result. For the longest time, I've been that guy who's telling everyone, oh yeah, change. But how much am I changing? Am I really changing as much as I say I am? Am I really changing as much as I should be? Am I really doing as much as I can? Most of the time, our ego tells us, oh yeah, bro, you're in the right place. Oh yeah, bro, you're doing everything perfectly. Oh yeah, bro, you're the GOAT. But what does God tell us? He says, the one who humbles himself will be exalted. The one who exalts himself will be humbled. I don't know anything. I am not perfect. I fall short every single day. I'm not even working as hard as I could have, right? I slept 7 hours today. It's uncomfortable for me to wake up off that much sleep. My body wants more, but I do it anyways, and I put my phone far away to force me to get up. And because I'm forced to get up, now I live with that fulfillment. Okay, I overcame that battle. What's next? What's next? What's next? Every single day, there's something next. And notice, I'm not focused on how can I quit lust, or how can I quit, things that are destroying me, or how can I quit scrolling. No. I'm running towards what I'm meant for. I'm running towards my purpose. I'm running towards righteousness. I'm running towards the word. I'm running towards building, the right, systems that are going to benefit me. Because systems don't rely on discipline or motivation. And that's why most people feel stuck, because they think they're going to overcome lust with discipline and motivation. No. That's not how it works. That's not what Christ tells us. He says, run away from lust. The only sin he says to run away from. He says, run away from it. But instead of running away from it, most of us are trying to run towards it with a sword. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. I wasted years of my life in my room beating my meat until like 2, 3, 5 a.m. in the morning. It's like you're searching for this feeling. Oh, I want to feel good, because you feel empty inside. But the price you're paying is with your soul, which is our most important asset by far. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope this video inspired somebody. Hope this video helped out somebody shift their perspective. And the truth is, I want to see you guys win. And it's hot as heck in my car right now. Hopefully my camera doesn't overheat, because it really does overheat a lot. But I just want to say thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's not too long, but I just pray that the right person is watching this video, and I pray that all of us will fulfill the purpose that God placed us here to do. And I just want to say thank you guys for making it this far. Thank you for watching this video. I want to see you guys win. If you are interested in joining my one-to-one coaching mentorship, go ahead and DM me on IG for more information. I can break down everything for you, or you could book a one-to-one call with me down below. And another thing I also forgot to mention is that, as humans, we have so much energy that we carry every single day. And what happened with me is that I was able to transmute my energy that was built up inside of me through lifting extremely heavy weights. And I feel like a lot of times when people struggle deeply with lust, it's because they don't have the right outlet for their energy. They don't have the right outlet for them to grow. And even sometimes they know what the right outlet is, but they don't have the strength, or they don't understand why, they need to do it. And I believe that's a journey, that's a path that I want to help more people accomplish each and every day. But yeah, the overheating sign just showed up on my camera. Oh shoot, my bad. But thank you guys for watching this video. I love you guys, and yeah, let's get it. Peace out.